life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Nick Schriver coming up here in just a moment. Decorating Elves, outdoor lighting company and longtime friend of the program here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Feel-good story of the day coming up as well. Plus, I want to let you know about a hot listing, 1307 Normandy Circle. This is a Palm Harbor property. This is a great opportunity. Corner lot location. You got a creek behind you. You got a water feature. This is a corner lot location. Beautiful home. It's got a split floor plan. You've got a pool in the back, screened-in pool, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 2,600 square foot ranch style home, private backyard, no rear neighbor. 1307 Normandy Circle. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
God makes 5'9" brown eyes and a sundress. Tell me something good.
All right, feel good story of the day. Navy veteran Warren Marion of Cumberland, Maryland, received a check for over $100,000 thanks to the generosity of online donors. Rory McCarty was shopping at Walmart when he met Marion. He learned that Marion was working 40 hours a week at 82 years old. Inspired by a video where a woman started raising money to help an elderly Walmart employee retire early, McCarty decided to try and help Marion the same way. He wrote, quote, I wanted to help this Navy veteran to live the remainder of his life, his years, traveling to see his kids in Florida. Get him off his feet for 8 hours at a time and do the things he would love to do that he may not be able to for financial reasons. And it says, quote, I just wanted to put something in motion and the Lord did the rest, McCarty said. Fundraiser received $118,575 from over 5,000 online donors. Marion said the funds will pay off his house and allow him to travel to Florida to see his children. Feel-good story of the day. I love those feel-good stories. And that brings us to Nick Schriver, Decorating Elves. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having me. And yeah, that was a great story.
Pretty cool, right?
Absolutely.
The power of the internet. And, you hear about TikTok. I keep hearing, Trump wanted TikTok banned, and you hear, different agencies and companies banning TikTok. I wonder if that's ever going to happen, if they're going to actually ban that, because it is owned by the CCP.
Yeah, well, it just shows that the power that somebody can use with the technology available and the tools available,
yeah,
whether it's TikTok or Facebook or any other platform or media out there,
yep,
it really can do some good things when the good things are behind it. So, that's pretty great. But what we've been up to here is, obviously it's been a little bit since I've been in here, and I've been missing you guys and missing the listeners. So glad to be back in the seat here. It's good. It feels glad that we're back into the first part of the year, and we're already a couple weeks in. So,
and you had your busy holiday season.
Yeah, we've just been hustling and hustling and hustling and hustling, and we're on the back end of getting all that stuff taken down. But one of the big things right now that we're really helping educate consumers on is that, even though the holiday lights are down, everybody's starting to turn them off, take them down, put them away, that doesn't mean that lighting season has to be over. Right. Mm-hmm. So we're actually out, and today I was out working on some outdoor audio. Right. And then we're starting to work on some of our outdoor lighting stuff. And we're doing this in areas like South Tampa, Palmacia, Davis Island, where we're out and about in these other neighborhoods. And one of the things we're doing is we're looking at adding additional lighting to the space. So I believe the previous caller said something about that in-between space.
Yeah.
Right? And now he's paving it and he's putting lanais and things. Well, we can come in and turn that in-between space into living space, into usable space, and space you're using in the evening hours when you're home.
Right.
Not just on the weekends or not just for this or that, by putting some really good lighting into those spaces and illuminating them, whether there's an outdoor kitchen out there, whether it's just a patio, whether it's a pool area, whether it's a living area, sitting area, there's a pergola, or any of those kinds of spaces, or just putting lighting into the yard in the back really increases your living space. And it helps with one of our key benefits, which is usability, right? Usability is the ability to use your property, use your spaces, use your living area more. And when you get in 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's dark, and it's a little chilly, but it's just January, so it's going to get warmer, right? You're going to want to have some good lighting out there. And so go ahead and think about that stuff. Think about how we can enhance those outdoor rooms,
right,
and help it so that you can use those more and use them better.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I can tell you firsthand experience, Decorating Elves worked on my personal home, and we love it. We absolutely love it. I love looking out at the lake view, and you've got those oak trees lit up, and it looks just so enchanting almost. I mean, it's just a gorgeous look. I love that.
Absolutely. So we're over in Old Bel Air, and there's some amazing oak trees that we've lit up. And we've done those for the holiday, and now we're making some adjustments and service work on those, and we're doing those again for the year-round service. So we can really make that look good, whether you're in St. Pete or you're in Clearwater. Any of these locations throughout the county, Tarpon Springs, West Chase, Lutz, Odessa, all of these areas that are local, in our service area are things that we do take care of. We do work on the lighting. Now, right before I came over here, we were actually unboxing some of our outdoor audio. We were testing it out because I got a project that's going in 2 days. And we've got some really amazing outdoor audio options and some outdoor audio product that we do in addition to our lighting. Now, audio is one of those that's a lot of fun because you feel a little childlike when you're playing it, when you're, testing it, making sure it's doing your work. Because you go through all the cool songs, right? The songs that get your highs, your songs that get your lows. So it is very much fun to install, and it is one of those things that really takes an outdoor living space to the next level.
Yeah.
Really does that enhancement. Especially somebody that is a fan of music or a fan of entertaining, it really takes it to another level.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure does. If you just joined us, we're talking with Nick Schriver, decoratingelves.com, decoratingelves.com. Outdoor lighting, and it's going to add to your property in multiple ways. You've got the 5 different aspects. So let me see what I can go off the top of my head. I know we got safety because you're going to be lighting up that safety. That's going to lead into the safe passage. I believe you've got the extended hours, so you're going to have more, extended hours, be able to come home from work, especially now this time of year. It's getting dark earlier, starting to, ease into the summertime solstice. But so you got that usability, that extended hours. You have the appreciation. I call it appreciation. Where, when you look at a home and you see these lights on the oak trees, lights on the front of the home, side of the home, I think it's appreciating the home. It's making the home look better. So I hit a few there, Nick.
Absolutely. And the final one in what we like to call is the 5 key benefits to outdoor lighting is beautification.
Yes.
So, and beautification is one of those where by adding the lighting and increasing the beautification of the property, whether it's in the front of the house or in the back of the house, you get all of those things that you just listed, which is, so we go from beautification, making the place more beautiful, more aesthetic, and then you get your usability, extending your nighttime hours. You get your value, which is increasing your appreciation.
Yes.
Right? And it's not just the value in dollars that are put in that you're going to recoup whenever you sell it, but it's the value in the ability to use your time and use your property more. You get the safe passage, which means that, whether you have guests or whether it's yourself, you're able to get through different spaces and transgress through that property a lot easier. And then you have your safety. And so a lot of times when we're dealing with safety, we're not just talking about having it be safe or having a motion flood when something goes on, but it's also the sense of safety. It's that safety and that security that you create inside your home that you want. So when you're in your home, you want it to be safe. You want to be able to look out the windows and feel comfortable and know that there's not something out there creeping.
Yeah.
Know that there's not some weirdo shadows that are making you freaked out.
Peeping Tom out
Yeah,
there.
right. And a lot of times the security comes from within. Like we trick ourselves into thinking there's some weirdo stuff going on.
Yeah.
When really it's maybe just the wind, maybe it's a plant, maybe it's an animal, maybe it's the dog.
Yep.
And so the ability to see that and go, oh, that's just something that's making that noise, not actually somebody, increases our security. It makes us go, yeah, we're okay. Now, it's also very helpful that when you look out there, there's not glare right in your face. And that there's not some weirdo or some perv or some Tom or whatever it might be, or somebody lurking or somebody on the property when you're not there.
Yeah.
So all of those things come to that benefit, right? So those are huge benefits that come with that.
Yeah, and if you got cameras too, I imagine the lights will add to that, the visibility of the cameras.
Lighting helps the cameras pick up whatever it is. So absolutely. And the ability to have good lighting in the camera's view that doesn't shine into the camera.
Yeah.
Because if you're shining light into the camera, into the lens, now you're creating glare. And so the camera basically becomes worthless.
Right.
So having it to where we're illuminating what the camera is picking up. And so, yeah, we've done that. Actually, I was down on a property in Tierra Verde the other day, and we were talking about the placement of the cameras and making sure that lighting hit all of those areas. And we're also looking at some other things. I was in West Chase also doing something similar with a homeowner where we were looking at, and we took the camera placements into position to make sure that what we were lighting up, the cameras were picking up, because that was something that was a concern of theirs.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
We got our friend Nick Schriver in studio decorating elves. More on his company and what he offers in just a moment. I want to go to this clip I played. I kind of teased earlier about Governor DeSantis with a college, actually, it's called New College right here in Sarasota. I found this very interesting.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has appointed 6 conservatives to serve on the board of one of the state's most progressive universities. Critics claim the move represents a wider threat to academic freedom.
Here now to tell us about the changes the new board hopes to enact at New College in Florida is Daily Wire culture reporter Megan Basham. So, Megan, based on some heated media coverage this story is receiving, I'm thinking of one highly critical New York Times column in particular, it seems like a lot of people see this as just another shot fired in the political fight over higher education.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate observation, especially because New College is actually a pretty small liberal arts honors college in Sarasota. It only has 700 students and about 90 full-time faculty members. But as John mentioned, it is known for being very left politically, both in the outlook of its faculty and in the makeup of its student body. In fact, one alum described the campus culture as a queer space where changing your pronouns, name, or presentation is a non-event.
So, again, thank you to Ronnie D for stepping up and taking control of our colleges here. This one's closer to home than normal. It's in Sarasota, a small college called New College. But, yeah, I thought that was newsworthy. I wanted to bring that to your attention. That's an interesting thing, and it's just another example of Ron DeSantis and his leadership. So I love what he's doing, standing up for morals and values and, of course, Christian values, which, I'm a firm believer in. So wanted to get that clip in there. I want to go back to Nick Schriver now, decorating elves. Nick, we got a couple minutes left. Give us some of your key talking points, maybe some of the misnomers that people have when they contact you, and of course, finish up with how folks can connect with you.
So a lot of people think, that a good outdoor lighting system might be expensive, or a lot of people ask about, colors. So, a good outdoor lighting system does cost more than something that you would just buy off the shelf at maybe a Home Depot or a Lowe's or other type of retail. And one of the benefits to going with a professional grade system is you're going to get a lot more life. You're going to get a professional installing it. You're going to get that long-term benefit, right, versus just pulling something off the shelf. But it doesn't have to be ridiculously expensive, and sometimes, it can be very affordable and very manageable in that category. And that's something that we can walk a lot of people through. And so, one of the things that we try to tell people is typically you're somewhere between 1% and 3% of the current value of your house. And, a lot of people, if you're in a $500,000 house, that could be $5,000. If you're in $1 million, that could be 10. But, in relative dollars today, that's not a lot of money. It may sound like a lot of money where we were 10 years ago, but a lot of things have moved north, and that's just kind of where we are in today's market. Yeah, absolutely.
30 seconds left. I wanted to ask you real quick about supply chain and labor force.
So currently, supply chain has been solid and very good, and we're strong.
Good.
And our labor force is we've actually had a better recruiting and hiring than we've had in years, and we've been able to build a very strong staff. We have more better trained and a stronger staff than we ever have. Now, on the business side, we have had to compensate them very well for that. But right now, we are sitting in a very good position in this economy with some really strong and very talented people that are ready, willing, and able to serve our customers and serve the public.
Love it. DecoratingElves.com, online at decoratingelves.com. Check them out and make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. You can reach out to the hotline, of course, as well, our Consumer Advocate hotline. Hey, another great show. Kirk Kennedy, Fred Muth, Nick Schriver on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to thank to our team behind the scenes, Alex, Nicole, and Jose, putting the show together. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.